in his pocket, which we intended to read, but because of time, I've asked him not to do that and just read the messages that were sent specifically to be read. You know, we talk about this relationship that my dad has with people. I mean, I'm surprised Raymond Joseph said that my dad was, we spoke, I think he was not even slightly OCD. He was OCD, and Bash and I have that from him. Our children will attest to that, that in the bar at Talk of the Town, all the bar stools, when the journalists sat around the pub, they'd sit all over. So as a result, people couldn't walk to the ladies' room, the gentleman's room. You had to say, excuse me, like, you know, maneuver yourself around it. That my dad actually fixed the bar stools into the ground. You couldn't move it. I think it's the only pub in the world where the bar stools are fixed into the ground. You cannot move it. It's all in a straight line. So when they sat at the bar, all these grown adult journalist people who are normally rowdy sat in a straight line at the bar. My dad has Bash, his biological son, but he also has other sons and lots of other young people who he thought of as his sons. But one in particular always wished, or wishes still, that he'd be my dad when he grows up. And that's Raymond Pillay. And Raymond's not here with us today because he has work commitments overseas and will only come home in 2 weeks' time. So he's also sent a tribute to be read, and I'd like his son Garth to come and do that for us. Garth Pillay.
Afternoon, everyone. Just sure my dad is quite upset about not being able to be here, so I'm just going to read his speech that he's written out. Good chat. Fill your life with adventure, not things. Have stories to tell and not stuff to show. This quote captures the essence of who Chan was, an adventurer of note. Surprisingly, all of his close allies were all adventurers, including myself. I went to see Chan the day before I left, and as usual he was quite in a cheerful mood, not caring one bit about his physical condition. He knew that I was heading out and he gave me a blessing, surprisingly enough. Chan visited Manila 50 years ago and he had some stories to tell me. Imagine a 20-something-year-old touring around the world. This was unheard of at the time. And it wasn't that Chan was a rich man, it's just that he had a rich soul and he had a willingness to explore the world. Whenever I mentioned to him that I had a foreign assignment, his first response would be, "You would be a fool not to take it." If I came up with a business idea, he would simply say, "If you believe in it, go for it." He was my mentor ever since I moved to Cape Town, from investments to property to simply having a good time. Chan was my coach and friend. And I know my friends would get irritated with me because when we socialized, I would spend more time with Chan than with them. And there was a reason for this. Chan was young-hearted and he never grew old. Yes, his body may have failed him, but I believe Chan's mind was as sharp as a knife right until the end. My fondest memories were listening to Chan speak eloquently and passionately about all his adventures. The stories were so intriguing at times I suggested that you should write a book about his friends, the love for people, and how it took him all over the world. Chan's house in the mother city was a national and international headquarters. There have been many times that my family and I would arrive at Chan's house and to meet the most interesting people and characters from far and near. This was who Chan was, a person that could easily identify with and relate to you. Family and friends would make their duty to pop into Chan's house and visit the family. Everything about Chan and his style and his character made him this unique person. People come into your life for a reason, maybe for a short time or a long time. But however, they can leave a legacy. When I met Chan in the 90s, and this friendship grew with maturity over years, and that extends to the whole Mudlia family. Chan has left a footprint in my heart, and he will never be forgotten. The Mudlias are like special people to our family. They're more than friends. They've actually become family. And at this point, I'd like to say my deepest condolences to Auntie Devigi and her support to Uncle Chan over the years. She stayed by him and sacrificed so much right up until the end. To Antinika and Uncle Robin, Uncle Bosch and the family, this is a trying time, but hopefully you can remember Uncle Chan and his celebrated way of life and his presence that he had, and may this carry you through this tough time. In the last years, it broke my heart to see Chan's physical condition deteriorate so rapidly, but his spirit did more than justice to the situation. Always with a wise comment or a really funny comment that would just have everybody in stitches. I remember fondly back in 2005, it was Father's Day, and I decided to take Chan and my late father-in-law, Genest, out for lunch. It was one of those spontaneous days that I'll never forget. It was 1 a.m. in the morning, and we were still at the bar. We met up with some foreigners, and Chan was leading the way, just chatting along with everybody. Sadly, both are departed now, and I will certainly have missed it, their older generation, for their love that they shared with us. Chan was actually a really good Thani player. The two of them made a really good team in playing Thani, and they always used to give us a hard time. I don't think anybody ever had a chance of beating them. I'm sure now when we sit down to play a game of Thani, we'll receive a heavenly clap just saying, don't do that. I feel very empty at the thought of these two wise gentlemen not being around anymore. They have played a significant role in shaping me and my family to who we are today. I will forever be grateful for them being part of our lives. Chan, you and I will meet again. When we are least expecting it. One day, some faraway place, I'll recognize your face. And I won't have to say anything. I will simply recognize your face and we'll reconnect as friends. Until that time, where your soul reach the heavens, until that time, you have done your part in life. And for now, you can soar with the angels. Rest in peace, my friend.